Yo, what's going on, guys? The Kitty G on EGTV, and I'm back again with another video. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while since I didn't do a video for one day, but it feels like I didn't do a video for like 2 weeks. Hope everybody is well. Let me know how you guys are feeling today. Oh my God, what the hell's going on here? Okay, hopefully this is all balanced out, because I got my mic set up today. But yeah, we got 13 of you guys in the chat already. We got 20 of you guys in the chat already. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to talk about Saliba. Have done well. Saliba, good for Nuno. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Nuno Tavares' loan. We're gonna talk about some of these things. Big up Games FC in the house. Hopefully you guys are well. Today we got a lot to talk about, guys. I got so much to discuss. I haven't done a video yesterday, so since yesterday, just so many things took place. So I got my notepad, I got my pen and paper. We're gonna get through everything. But yeah, let me know what you guys are up to. Talk to me in the chat, people. Hopefully everybody's well. So many things have happened in the last 24, 48 hours. We got to get through all of it, right? But first, let's get to the breaking news from Fabrizio Romano. Yes, Fabrizio Romano himself has just given us some breaking news, as my guy Hugh Wizzy would say, for that ass. That's not my thing, but big up Hugh Wizzy. So yeah, just to let you guys know, Nuno Tavares was supposed to go to. At one point he was going to get a loan within the Premier League. At one point he was going to even go to Italy, but it looks like he is now set to join Olympique Marseille. Yes, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Nuno Tavares will be going on loan to Olympique Marseille. Yes, and the reason being that he's going to France is because the two clubs have a very good relationship with working with the Guendouzi deal, and most recently with the Saliba deal. The two clubs have had a very good relationship, and it now looks like that relationship has led to another potential loan, and this loan will be set to be done very soon. The medical will be tomorrow, as Friday, as Fabrizio Romano has reported. Full agreement has been completed between the two clubs. There is no option to buy. That is a very important part in this deal that we have to discuss. There is no option to buy. The final checks are going to be done. They're going to do and then the contract will be sent over and signed this afternoon. Here we go. So yeah, Nuno Tavares, after 1 year at Arsenal, will be now getting a loan away from the club. This is good for him. In my opinion, this is very good for him. What do you guys think about Nuno Tavares potentially going on loan? Yes, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed this, and other sources have also confirmed this as well. So it's been a weird 48 hours, because I thought for 1 second, Nuno Tavares was going to go to Atlanta, and then it looked like at one point he was close to going to Atlanta, and I thought that was going to end up happening. There was links to him potentially going to teams in the Premier League also. I didn't know how likely that was going to be, with Brighton being a link, and it looked like he might have preferred to stay in the Premier League also. And Arsenal might have also preferred for him to stay in the Premier League. That was a thing that I read somewhere. But it is now official. Fabrizio Romano has given it the green light and said, you know what, it's done and dusted. So that is that. Also, let me just give you guys another quick update on this Nuno Tavares thing, because it wasn't that simple. There was more to the Nuno Tavares situation than just that. I seen somewhere that Nuno Tavares has completed agreed the deal, and he'll arrive in France tomorrow, as you guys can see here. This is great news. Yes, great move for him. Definitely a great move. How are you, my guy Blaze? Big up Blaze, all the way in France. You're gonna have Nuno Tavares there very soon. Hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear, and let me know what you guys are saying. At this point, we can call Marseille the feeder club, with Guendouzi, Kolasinac, Saliba, Tavares. Definitely. Um, we ca- uh, we should send Patino on loan to Marseille for 2 to 3 years. I think you want to keep Patino very close in hand, because what you can do with players close in hand is a lot better than what you can do sending them out on loan numerous times. It's probably better to keep them in house and teach them your ways, grow them up, and get them going. But yes, this is a good loan for Nuno Tavares. Great move for him. Great move for him. Guys, we have about 64 of you guys in the chat right now. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you guys are saying in the chat as we continue to discuss everything Arsenal. Nuno Tavares wanted to join a Premier League club, but Marseille. Uh, uh, Nuno Tavares wanted to join a Premier League club on loan, but going to Marseille, who are going to be in the Champions League, is very good for his progression. Will be interesting to see how he does and how he progresses, and if he gets regular game time over there. Definitely very true. L'Equipe also speaking about Nuno Tavares going on loan to Marseille, saying this. Speaking about the loan, saying Olympique Marseille have scheduled a medical tomorrow. So all the news coming out saying good signs that we will most likely be seeing Nuno Tavares on loan at Olympique Marseille. And you know what? This is actually a good loan for him. I actually thought Lacazette was going to go to Marseille because of Arsenal and the Champions League connection. Sell Torreira to Marseille. That would be nice. That would be nice. We should maybe consider selling Torreira to Marseille, because they're buying all our players, right? They're buying all our players. We should just sell. We should just sell Torreira to Marseille. LOL, because we want to get rid of him. Guess what? Imagine if they came in for Pablo Mari or something like that. That would be That would be funny, right? That would be funny. That would be funny. But yeah, let's get into more news. What else is happening in the world of Arsenal news today? Obviously, we already know about a bunch of these things, but it looks like another player will be going on loan. Let me just show you guys this quickly. Arthur Okonkwo. This is a very reliable source. This is Charles Watts reporting that Arthur Okonkwo could be headed out on loan also. He could be going to Crewe. He could be going to Crewe. Yeah, Crewe. Uh, Very, very, very different. I thought Arsenal were going to keep a hold of Arthur Okonkwo, but it looks like Arthur Okonkwo might be going on loan in the coming days. Yes, Arthur Okonkwo, as you guys can see right there, he might be headed out on loan also. And with him headed out on loan, and you're going to see a lot of outgoings in the coming days. I won't be surprised if we see majority of our outgoings before we see another incoming in the Arsenal dressing room very, very soon. Mari, sell Mari to also sell Mari to Marseille. You know what? We need to sell both of them. We need to sell both of them. Also sell Mari to Marseille. Marseille might want to buy all of our players. We might as well sell all of them to Marseille. That would be funny, don't you think? I, I think we might be able to offload some of our players though. Pablo Mari does have interest elsewhere. If I show you, Pablo Mari does have interest elsewhere, my friend. If I'm not mistaken, Mari has interest in I've seen interest in Mari in Fenerbahce. I think Fenerbahce were interested in Pablo Mari, if I'm not mistaken, and Rob Holding will most likely be taking that final spot in the team. Arsenal want to see an affordable fee, yeah, and are in talks with Pablo Mari to leave the club. And if I'm not mistaken, Leno is close to leaving. Bellerin, Mari are not being used in the friendlies. And just a couple days ago, Fenerbahce continuing to work on a deal for Pablo Mari. So with that being said, my friend, Pablo Mari deal does look like it's close to being worked on. I can show you this right here, Pablo Mari. But when it comes down to it, it's going to be when, not if. It's going to be when, not if, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, it's going to be about when and not if, because I really do believe Pablo Mari will be leaving Arsenal very, very soon. When he'll leave, we'll find out. But for now, it does look like Pablo Mari will be leaving. People asking about Tielemans. I'll give you guys a Tielemans update very, very soon. I just needed to show you one more thing before we do the Tielemans update. Guys, Arsenal have been handed a very, very big boost before the beginning of the season. A triple boost, actually. 3 players have returned from injury, and are looking ready for the new Premier League season. This is outstanding news for Arsenal. We know we've been riddled with injuries over the last couple of years, and we've had injury issues at Arsenal for near a decade. But with the season coming out, we knock on wood, we have ourselves three of our key players back in contention. With Emil Smith Rowe, first of all, happy birthday to Emil Smith Rowe. He turns 22 this year. You got Kieran Tierney back in training, and you also have Takehiro Tomiyasu back fully fit. So now we have all three of them back fully fit at London Coney, doing what they do best. This is great news. Great news to see all three of them back, and these are crucial pieces. This is our starting right back. This was last year's starting left back, Kieran Tierney, who kept getting injured and costing us games, but hopefully he can stay fit this season. And Emil Smith Rowe, who was one of our shining lights at the beginning of last season, who did tail off near the second half of the season. But we do need to realize that these three guys' fitness has been an issue with them, and hopefully they can mend those. They can fix those issues this season and stay fit. Knock on wood. If Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu stay fit this season, it's going to be a really good sight, and especially with the rotation that we have for Tierney, I'm very happy. Excuse me, you pronounced it wrong. It's pronounced Tomiyasu. C. Is it C or Su? C? Su? Tomiyasu? Tomiyasi? I'm sorry. I thought it was Tomiyasu. Anyways, enough about that for now. But yeah, that is great news. How happy are you guys to hear that Tomiyasu, Tierney, and them are fit? They need to sort out Tommy and Tierney, definitely. But since we have Zinchenko now, we might not have to worry too much about Tomiyasu and we might not have to worry too much about Tierney. But Tomiyasu getting injured, we have Saliba and Ben White now, so the drop off is not that big if we put Ben White at right back. I really do believe the first game of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen Tomiyasu out and Ben White at right back. Just saying. I don't think it's that big of a drop off when it comes to the defensive end. And attacking wise, neither of them really offer us much attacking wise. And the way that we play, it could work out quite well. You can't sort out Tommy and Tierney. It's a problem that we have to put up with. There you go. Yeah. And you know what? We might not have to put up with it for too long, because as long as we are continuing to strengthen our team, we can continue to strengthen to a level where we don't have to worry about Tomiyasu or Tierney being injured, because now we have adequate replacements in those positions. And that is key for the new season, especially with 5 substitutions where everybody's going to have options coming off their bench. We're going to have to focus on improving our overall squad depth. Now, moving on to Tielemans. You guys want to know what's going on with Tielemans? Let me find out what's going on with Tielemans, because if I'm not mistaken, there was a couple things happening here and there behind the scenes with Yuri Tielemans over the last couple of days. And whenever I see Yuri Tielemans Arsenal stuff, I just need to get it to you guys. So with Yuri Tielemans and Arsenal, 2 hours ago there was an update where there was a potential swap deal on the cards. I'm just gonna get you guys all the information that I can get you guys right here. Genuinely, I want to know what you guys think it will take to get Yuri Tielemans from Leicester, because in my opinion, there could be the potential swap deal on the cards with the situation with that. Leicester, if they truly want Brett Leno, we can give them Leno plus cash for Tielemans. That's what some people were throwing out there, and those were the rumors that were going around. In addition to that, there's also people Fabrizio Romano coming out with some quotes about Yuri Tielemans that we're gonna have to show you guys from a couple days ago. And let's just get straight into it, because I haven't spoken about this in a while. So first, let me show you guys where we are at. We're at the top here. 2 hours ago, Arsenal were seriously considering a swap deal for Yuri Tielemans. I don't know how serious this could be, but the Mirror were reporting Arsenal could be considering a potential swap for Bernd Leno. Now, this would be an issue, because the Bernd Leno situation at this moment in time, he does look like he's nailed on to go to Fulham. So I don't know how that would affect that deal, or how likely this would be possible, since we are so advanced in the conversations with Fulham, right? Now, let me just he has knee injury issues. Yeah, we're talking about Tierney. Trusted sources, the Daily Express and swap deal. Leno is close to a deal of things. Mohammed, big up Mohammed, man. But yeah, the Mirror are the source for this one. They're saying Arsenal could explore the potential make way a part payment for the midfielder in Yuri Tielemans. Also, you have here some other stuff going on. So here's the Mirror again. Arsenal may use Bernd Leno as a player plus cash deal for Yuri Tielemans. This was just a thought, and you also have fans also coming up with this theory. You also have fans coming up with this theory. We also have my guy. Obviously, we know Patrick Timmins was saying, yeah, they want Leno, we want Tielemans. Tielemans wants Arsenal. Arsene Wenger emoji. But yeah, potentially it could be on the cards, a potential swap deal. But what did Fabrizio Romano have to say on this? Fabrizio Romano, there is speculation that Arsenal are what concerned about Tielemans' physicality. Interesting. So Fabrizio Romano saying on the Cutoff Side podcast that Arsenal might have some concerns about his physicality, but I have no news on any issues like this. This is a question that he was asked. So when asked if Arsenal have any concerns over his physicality, he just debunked it right away. There has been speculations that Arsenal have concerns about his physicality, but I have no news of any of these issues like this. Having contacted with him over the few months, but priority is to go on outgoings in that position. So at this moment in time, the priority is outgoings, not incomings. It doesn't look like our priority is to bring in players. Pretty straightforward, if you ask me. We already knew this. We already knew we needed to shift out players. We have a lot of dead wood in the team still in the midfield position. Look at the guy Torreira that we're speaking about specifically. He's one of the guys that we need to move out. So it's not as simple as if we move out Lucas Torreira, we're going to bring in Tielemans. I really do believe we need to sell Lucas Torreira. We need to take out Tielemans. Bring in Tielemans, but at the same time, we might need to take out Hector Bellerin, which will be getting a contract removal. He might be actually terminating his contract. We're going to speak about that soon. Also, get rid of Pablo Mari, get rid of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, get rid of Reece Nelson. Hopefully, we have to get rid of at least 6 to 7 players before we start seeing more incomings, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to see that many more incomings until we take some outgoings out of this team. Right. Of course, the conversation is still speculating around Lucas Paqueta and Yuri Tielemans. Now, between these two, it does look like if we were going to, you can find the direct quote from Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Don't remember specifically about Igal. Can you find the direct quote from Fabrizio Romano and go through his tweets daily? Don't remember him specifying about physicality. No. Oh, man. I'm about to sneeze, but I don't want to. Oh, man. People. Okay. What he was saying, just let me clarify. What he was saying was he was asked a question on this podcast about Arsenal having concerns about physicality. And he said there's been rumors about this, but he has not, to him, this was not the issue. This was not the issue. If I'm not mistaken, that's what his direct quotes, his quote was in this situation here. The quote was, there has been speculation that Arsenal are concerned about Tielemans' physicality, but that's it. There's no, it doesn't go into any more details than that. It's literally just speculation. And let me give you another quote here. So this is another version of the quote. There has been speculation about Arsenal concern about Tielemans' physicality, but there is no issue like this. Tielemans available at a reduced price of 30 to 35 million and is a credible opportunity for a big club. So that is what people are saying. He's not saying anything. He's not gone into and said anything about the physicality himself. He's just saying that there's speculation that Arsenal had concern about physicality, and that's where he's gone in. Thanks for clearing that up. I understand. Cheers. Big up. Hopefully that explains it a little bit more. Now, moving on to Gakpo. Quickly. The Gakpo situation is quite interesting because if I'm not mistaken, we seem to be hot and cold with some of these transfers. Some days they're very much like in your face, all over the news, and then the next day it's kind of like these moves aren't going to happen. So what's really happening with Gakpo? I want to get to the bottom of what's actually happening with the Gakpo deal. Is Gakpo to Arsenal a reality? Is Gakpo to Arsenal something just make believe? Would you take Gakpo at Arsenal? That is my question to you right now. Would you take Gakpo at Arsenal? Let me know what you guys think. Gakpo to Arsenal, yes or no? Would you take Gakpo at Arsenal? Because I'm gonna tell you guys something. I watched the video. And a guy broke it down quite nicely. He broke down the Gakpo thing for me, and the way that he broke it down kind of made me realize like he might be right. Gakpo to Arsenal might not make sense based on some of the positions that he takes up on the field and everything else. Might not make full sense. But let me just tell you guys something. The price has been set. The price has been set by PSV for Gakpo. They've set their price. They want about, if I'm not mistaken, 40 million. Something across the lines of 40 million. Let me just get this article up. So Gakpo is available. They want to sell the player for around 45 to 40 million. As once again, as reported by Fabrizio Romano on the Caught Offside podcast. So let me just show you guys. This quote. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I just need to get the quote. 1 second, people. Have some. Sorry about that. Just on these things keep taking forever. What the hell's going on? You know what's happened? There's music playing in the background and stuff, so it's just tripping me out. But okay, so the price for Gakpo, if as I'm looking at it, Fabrizio Romano told Caught Offside that his price tag is around 40 million to 45 million. That is what they've said to things. So that's around 33 million pounds, right? So Gakpo's price could be around 40 million. Arsenal could end up getting Gakpo for around 40 million. Now, has Fabrizio Romano spoken on his platform on this? Not recently. When it comes down to it, we're basically going around and finding articles and everything else, and all these people are just saying, according to this person, according to that person, Arsenal is still interested in Gakpo. Arsenal is still interested in Gakpo. Arsenal want to sign Gakpo. Arsenal want to do this, want to do that. I don't know how serious Arsenal is on actually signing Gakpo. We've been linked to him, but the links to Gakpo seem to be interest, seem to be remain interested, seem to be still interested, seem to be PSV want to sell the player. PSV have set the price for the player. Nowhere does it actually say concrete Arsenal have spoken to his agent. Nowhere does it say concrete Arsenal have actually spoken to Gakpo's representatives. Nowhere does it say Gakpo to Arsenal is like nailed on. It just seems to be an opportunity that we could actually take, but we might not actually be that interested in. That's how I view it. I think Gakpo is a great player, but is he what we need actually? He plays on the left. He doesn't really play on the right. He's a 23-year-old winger who's experienced. Yes, he's played in the Eredivisie for a while. He looks really good. He predominantly plays on that left flank and cuts in and shoots on his right foot. If we ever needed him to be deployed on the right flank, it would not look so good. He's more of a he's not the most technically skilled player. He's more of a person who is efficient in the final third, and he's not somebody who's going to be a get you out of your seat. He's just going to be someone who gets to the byline, cuts it back onto his right, gets inside and is more of an inside forward than an actual out and out winger. If we ever needed him on to be versatile and to play on the other wing, he would not be able to do that. We would predominantly be playing him on the left wing, and Saka would be playing on the right, and he would cost around £40 million. And at this moment in time, I just don't know if Arsenal are seriously interested in him. I just don't know. I look at it, I see all the links, I see all the rumors coming from the Sun, coming from the Mirror, coming from over there in the Eredivisie, coming from people in close to PSV, but coming from Football London, even Fabrizio Romano speaking about it, but I don't see enough. I don't see actual serious concrete links. I don't think we're gonna buy him. I really don't. So yeah, that's my opinion on Gakpo. I think Gakpo is a lot of hot air at this moment in time, to say the least. The tour has been impressive. Who impressed you guys the most on Arsenal's US tour? Who impressed you guys the most on Arsenal's US tour? For me, the person who impressed me the most on Arsenal's US tour is William Saliba. I thought William Saliba was outstanding. I thought William Saliba was so good on this US tour that we definitely need to see him hit it. Yeah, guys, get those likes up. We currently got 73 people in the chat, and we don't even have 50 likes yet. Come on, you can do much better than that, guys. Hit that like button right now. It's absolutely free. And if you're watching on TikTok, come join us on YouTube. Hit that like button right now, people. It's absolutely free. Who has impressed you the most during Arsenal's preseason? You got Gabriel Jesus. You got Saliba. 100%. 100%. These guys have impressed us. Who impressed you the most on Arsenal's US tour? Let me know. Who impressed you the most? Who impressed you the most on Arsenal's US tour? Because I think a lot of people impressed. But Saliba and Gabriel Jesus definitely took the cake. Definitely do agree. Saliba and Gabriel Jesus definitely took the cake. They definitely were the most impressive. They were one of the more impressive players. We definitely need to get Saliba signed down to a new contract. And I think a big part of getting Saliba tied down to a new contract is going to be the situation with Hector Bellerin. The Hector Bellerin situation is going to be a key part in us getting Saliba tied down to a new deal. Yes, because if you don't know about the Hector Bellerin situation, I'm going to tell you guys about it right now. Hector Bellerin's situation is pretty straightforward. He wants to leave the club. The club want a transfer fee. He currently has a contract. In order to get out of that contract, he's going to have to terminate his contract, or Arsenal are going to have to terminate his contract. So Hector Bellerin is looking at terminating the contract himself. Yes, Hector Bellerin is looking at foregoing his £5 million wages for the year to terminate his contract himself. Yeah, so people saying Jesus, Saliba, Jesus, Saliba. Big up to that. We got 65 people in the chat. Do me a favor, hit that like button right now, people. So yeah, you got him foregoing. He's actually foregoing his wages to leave the club. This would save the club around $5 million for this season, and would allow us to now present Saliba with the number 2 shirt. Then Saliba can now move on and get that number 2 shirt and be announced that he's received his new contract. This is a win-win for the club. The player is leaving. We don't have to worry about his wages. It's the equivalent of receiving $5 million because he's terminating his own wages, and we are not going to have to pay him. So Hector Bellerin is willing to waive the rest of his salary in order to leave Arsenal on a free transfer for Real Betis at much lower salary. What a guy. This is a great move for him, and it's a win-win for the club. Honestly, win-win for everybody in this situation, in my opinion. Very, very good situation for us. Win-win for everybody. I'm happy. He's happy. He gets to move on. We get to move on, and everyone goes on with their life. That's how it's going to be. Everyone moves on with their life from there. No issues at all. I'm very happy. Honestly, Hector Bellerin consistently talks about terminating his contract, makes me dislike him. Why does it make you dislike him? If you dislike him terminating his contract should make you like him because he's leaving now. Now that he's actually leaving, shouldn't you be happy? At least that's what I think. You should be happy if he's actually leaving. You should be happy. But yeah, enough about him. Now let's go on to Leno. Leno has a deal agreed with Fulham. Yes, Leno has a deal agreed with Fulham. The deal has been agreed in principle over the transfer signing of German goalkeeper, Arsenal goalkeeper Bernd Leno. Last season, he was the number 2, and he thinks he's good enough to be the number 1. So he's going to be moving to a London side in Fulham, staying in London, keeping his family close to where they currently live, and he'll be moving to Fulham for £8 million. This will save Arsenal about £18 million because if you don't know, Bernd Leno is the 13th highest paid goalkeeper in world football. And to have him as a backup when he's the 13th highest paid goalkeeper in world football is absolutely ridiculous. So the money we're saving on his wages and the £8 million transfer fee comes out to equivalent of £18 million. So realistically, this is a good deal for everybody. Hit those like buttons, people. Of course, keep smashing that like button. It's absolutely free. It definitely does help the channel. Getting us over at least 100 likes on this video helps the channel out a lot. But yeah, Bernd Leno does seem like he's going to be leaving. I think this is a great deal for the club. I'm happy that he's leaving, and he gets to move on and go on to better pastures from here on out. It's good for him, and it's good for the club. It's a win-win for everyone in this situation. Win-win for everyone in this situation. And we get to see him in the Premier League play week in, week out against some of our rivals in another shirt. So he could be helping Arsenal get top 4 without even playing for Arsenal. That's the plan, right? That's the plan. Hopefully that's the plan. Moving on to the next thing that we needed to talk about before we get on to some of the prime stuff and all that other jazz. It looks like the Lucas Paqueta has taken a turn for the worst. Lucas Paqueta could end up at our North London rivals. Yes, Lucas Paqueta could end up at our North London rivals, Tottenham, in the coming weeks. He could snub Arsenal to join the North London rivals, Tottenham. Yes. He just wants to leave Lyon at this moment in time. He just wants to leave Lyon at this moment in time. And Tottenham over Arsenal could be a potential thing due to Champions League football and other things. The fact that Tottenham have Champions League football, and the player just wants to leave the club that he's currently at. He just wants to leave Lyon. Lyon want to also sell the player. So it's a situation where they're looking at midfielders, and Lucas Paqueta could be one of the midfielders that they look at. He could potentially be one of the midfielders that they look at. So if he does end up at Arsenal's rivals, if he does end up at Tottenham, I wouldn't be surprised because it doesn't seem like we actually want Lucas Paqueta. We are linked to some of these players heavily, but we are not going to buy any midfielders until we get outgoings out. And at this moment in time, Tielemans does seem like the priority in the midfield if we do bring in a midfielder. Could you see Lucas Paqueta join a Tottenham? Would you care if he joined Tottenham? Would you be really upset? Because I know some of us have been bought into the opinion that he would come to Arsenal. And the banter some of these guys would put if he actually joined Tottenham. I don't want him to join Tottenham just for that. Because I think he's a good player and he deserves better than Tottenham. And also, Tottenham ruined players, man. Similar to how Man United ruined players. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I saw Tavares, Pepe driving out of Arsenal training ground today. Interesting. Do you think they could be leaving together? You never know. Pepe could end up leaving the club. But I think Pepe could end up leaving the club. But where could Pepe go? I don't see anybody coming in for Pepe at this moment in time. We have to wait and see. If the Newcastle things are true, that would be interesting. Pepe to Newcastle. I don't know if you've seen that. Pepe to Newcastle. That was something I seen, and I was like, yo, if Pepe to Newcastle actually happens, that would be mad. Pepe to Newcastle. Imagine Pepe to Newcastle. I would absolutely love it if we could sell Pepe and we can get a good transfer fee from a Premier League team, and we can still get to see him play in the Premier League to see how he does. That would be interesting. If he moves leagues, also, but I just want to see Pepe gone. At this moment in time, Pepe project has not worked. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying he's the worst player. He's just a cast-eyed flop at Arsenal. Yeah, he doesn't suit the way that we play. He could still play well somewhere else, but at Arsenal, he just does not suit the style of play that we have and the way that we get around on the pitch. I think Pepe is a better player than what he's shown us, but in the long run, it's not worked out. It's not worked out at all, and we need to cut our losses eventually, at least. Eventually, we need to start cutting our losses and looking at when we're going to say to ourselves, you know what, it's time to move on. And I think right now with Pepe, I think it's time to move on. It's finally time to move on. Do you get what I'm saying? It's finally time to move on with Pepe and say to ourselves, hey, this deal has not worked out, and get ourselves another player in as soon as possible. That's what I would do. But is that player Jarrod Bowen? Would that player be Jarrod Bowen? Would Jarrod Bowen be the player that you want Arsenal to go and get? Huh? Jarrod Bowen? That's what people start saying. Jarrod Bowen to Arsenal. Could that actually happen? Could you see Jarrod Bowen happening? Because guess what? West Ham are chasing Rennes' forward. West Ham are chasing Rennes' forward, Martin Terreri. West Ham, as Bowen could be next through the doors in North London after the Gunners received a boost to pursue the England international. The problem with Bowen is he's from Hull. What? What does that have to do with anything? I think the problem with Bowen is that he's not technically skilled, and his ability to pass, his passing range, and just overall ability on the ball is not of the level of what we would need at Arsenal. He's not the most technically skilled player. He's efficient in the final third, but just look at his pass completions, look at some of his underlining numbers in every other category, his ball progressions, everything else is just so low in comparison to his assists and his goals. And if you look at his goals and assists, and you actually look at his expected assists is a lot lower than what it actually is, meaning that his teammates finishing at a very high rate. So is it sustainable? We need to think about these things, guys. We need to think about these things. Bowen, you clearly haven't been to Hull. No, I haven't been to Hull. Pedro Neto would be stellar, and Tielemans around 65 million. I don't think there's actually concrete links to Pedro Neto. I looked around. I couldn't find any concrete links to Pedro Neto. All the links to Pedro Neto seem to be flipping at best. Not really serious, strong links to Pedro Neto. Moving on. Yeah. So yeah, we're 5 likes away from 60 likes. People, hit that like button right now. We're almost done the video. We're gonna wrap it up very soon. But yeah, this has just been a quick little update on everything going on with Arsenal. But finally, my question to you guys, my final question to you guys is right here. What did you guys think about this right here? What did you guys think about the prime thing with Jake Paul and KSI? What did you guys think about this? I want to know your thoughts on KSI and Logan Paul connecting with the club, joining up with Arsenal to be new sponsors. What do you call it? The drink, Prime. Yeah, Prime. That's the drink. I don't even know if it's in stores in the UK yet, but hey, Prime and Arsenal have linked up. It's a new hydration drink for Arsenal Football Club. There you go. What do you guys think? It's not just a bottle. Job free. You or me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyways, talk to me, people. What do you think about this whole situation? Seeing Logan Paul in Arsenal top makes me physically sick. Wow. That is harsh. KSI is a gooner, but Jake Paul, hard pass on the ladder. Wow. Paqueta has rejected us for Spurs. It's not that he's rejected us for Spurs. It's that he just wants to leave Lyon. He just wants to leave Lyon, and Arsenal are not seriously coming in for him. they are going to come in for him. If they do come in for him, they can get him. Anybody can get him right now if you're playing at a top level. Jake or Logan? I know who I would have. I know what I would have. Logan all day. It's funny, Arsenal needs some like these to raise up our spirits. Yeah, that's funny stuff. That's funny. You know what? Some people are against it. Some people are for it. At the end of the day, if it makes Arsenal money and it can get us the Tielemans transfer, I don't really care. I don't really care. All I care about is whatever money we can bring in as a club, that we reinvest that money into getting players in at the level that we need to compete. And that's all I care about. Couldn't stop laughing seeing them in an Arsenal shirt. It's true. It's true. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm going to be on the football terrace at 6 o'clock, so I'll catch you guys there. Also, I will be doing a video on Monday with Babs to discuss all the latest news on Arsenal. And we'll also be doing a new show coming soon where I talk about fantasy football. Hopefully you guys enjoy fantasy football. Let me know what you guys think about fantasy football. I'm thinking maybe to do something like where I talk about fantasy, but at the same time, I'm previewing the games. So I can preview the games and just talk about fantasy flippantly. It's not going to be a full out like fantasy channel. It's not a fantasy channel, obviously, right? But then I'm also going to have Vibes from the Six back on Sunday. And this Sunday, what we're going to do is we're going to actually do our Premier League predictions for the rest of the up and coming season, right? And sooner than later, I'll be releasing my rankings for the upcoming season, and I'll be ranking the Arsenal players. Sorry, I'll be ranking Arsenal and the rest of the league on their transfers. I'll be ranking Arsenal and the rest of the league on where they're going to finish in the league in the upcoming season. So yeah, you guys have yourselves a great day. Let's do what we got to do. Hopefully we can get all our transfers out, get some outgoings in, and get some incomings in, if that made sense. When can you do a call-in show? I'll do call-in shows are going to be either on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, depending on I got some other stuff going on right now. So call-in shows will be match reactions, and especially whenever I can get around to doing call-in shows, right? But yeah, keep smashing the content. Big up everyone. Keep smashing them like buttons, and you guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Big up to Mohammed and Game FC and Thunder Roads and Toya, Kaladu Hara. Big up Hall over here. We got Elite Football in the house. We got Zachariah Muhammad. We got James, Johan. Another one here, my boy. Rams. Big up to all you guys. Do me a favor. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And we're out of here, people. You already know what it is. Kitty G on EGTV. And we're out, people. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that button and hit that notification